It's that time. Hey, hey, baby. Hey, money. Yes, yes, yes. It's that time. Hey, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Y'all know the rules when you come in, like the live. You already know. It's like six of y'all. It should be easy. All six of y'all hit the thumbs. And we can go and get this popping. Hey Neil, how you doing? I hope you enjoyed the story time with your name in it. Uh, yeah. So while we wait, look at all the members, y'all. Ooh, I love it. Hey Brandy. Yes, happy Friday to everybody. I hope y'all done made y'all stop by the Wacky Tobacco Man. I hope y'all done been to the liquor store, get everything you need. I hope you got your drink, everything. Yes. Okay. Yes, and don't forget to like the live as you come in. Y'all know we are waiting on all of the family to come. So let's start this horror trivia. I got some hard questions for y'all as tonight. Y'all are not gonna be able to get it. Oh man, Green, I'm loving the emoji. Boo. Chill. Boo. Okay. So you haven't missed anything, Aaron. We just started. Yes, when you come in, like the live. Don't forget to like the live. Yes, you made it. I want to tell all of my members that joined, even if you joined when you weren't on my live and you joined outside of the live, it's cool because I saw it and your name will still be in a story. So all of my members, y'all name be put in stories. So enjoy the stories your names are in. Okay, y'all. So the first question while we wait is, what did the guy do to stop himself from being hypnotized and get out? Right. What did he do to stop himself from being hypnotized? Y'all get three stories tonight. Cover his hearts with cotton. Monica. Is that how that was supposed to go? Hey Keisha. Oh, I got a bunch of different answers. I'm hearing ring the bells and his camera. Now don't come for me. I can't with you, Monica. Oh, what's going on, Jocko? So the answer is, what's up? Tell me what's going on. The answer is he put cotton in his ear from the chair so that he wouldn't hear that bullshit. I told y'all it was gonna be a hard one. Yes, I knew what you meant, Monica. I'm just fucking with you. Oh my goodness, what? Your friend did a spell to get you out of school and it worked. Y'all gotta do spells to get out of school? Cause I'd have just walked my ass out the door. We ain't gotta go into witchcraft to get out of school. We skip school all the damn time. Yeah, that's some new shit for me. You gotta do a spell to get out of school. Okay. Shit, it ain't nothing that serious. Look, but I don't want to get in trouble. Okay. Right, spell. That's what y'all good said. Y'all see the comment. Oh my goodness. Hey D. Okay, y'all next question is, now this gonna be a hard one. Here we go. What was the name of the demon in The Exorcist? Ha ha! No, ain't nobody gonna get this one. And don't be Googling with your cheating ass. I already know y'all are already Googling this shit. The first person to give me the right answer clearly Googled that shit. In the very first one, what did Reagan say the fucking... Look at y'all. Why my family can't just... Y'all gonna cheat? Y'all just gonna keep cheating? Y'all just gonna keep cheating? Now I'm a little punk, so I never watched it. It's all good because you're gonna get all them punk ass qualities right on up out of you when we start these movie nights, boo. Hey girl, look at you. Hey, hey, hey. So with your cute little emoji. I see y'all cheated. I know y'all cheated, but okay. How about this one? We got a trick question. How many people did Jason kill in the first one? Hey Quan. It was Pazuzu. That was the answer for the one with the exorcist. It was Pazuzu. How many people did Jason kill in Friday the 13th, the first Friday the 13th? How many people did he kill? Now I don't do slashers. Ooh, yes, you made it, Ali. I see a lot of numbers. 5, 10. Okay, there put a lot of them. I'm so done with them. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. So I see. I can't trick everybody, huh? Hey there. I see. I can't trick everybody. Not all the employees of Crystal Lake. So the answer is none. Jason didn't kill nobody. He didn't kill nobody in the first one. His mama murked everybody in the first one because they didn't pay attention to her son. So she murked all of them. Hey, y'all, PT has joined the LLF family. Y'all, welcome PT to the family. Yes, man, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the fam. Now you get to participate in members only movie night and all that good stuff. That's what I'm talking about, honey. Yes, look at your family. Look at all the welcome you're getting from your family. All the welcomes. All the welcomes. Look at it. Look at it. That's what I'm talking about. See, you feel the love. Family in here. Okay, guys. We're about to get ready to start. If you just joined the live, don't forget to thumbs up the live, people. We need the thumbs up. Yeah, Freddie killed every goddamn body. Freddie didn't give a shit. Well, thank you, family. I greatly appreciate it, baby. Yes, I know you feel the love. So don't forget, you guys, we are going to be doing our members only movie nights. I'm going to put it on a certain day so, everybody won't be asking, hey, Destiny, you will be the story tonight. So, yeah. Mama, you too. So, yeah. We're going to be doing members only movie night. I've reached out to a couple of the scary haunted houses to see if I'm actually able to film. Because some scary houses don't allow you to film because they don't want their ideas stolen by other, scary houses. So I'm going to ask permission if I don't get it. We 007 that thing, y'all. We going to buy some fucking camera. We 007 in that thing. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. We going to 007 that thing. We going to put us a body cam in that bitch and get right on in there with it. Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness, though. You better get them baby their damn shoes. I don't want to be blamed for them babies not having no shoes for the funeral, girl. Don't blame the fam for that shit. Right, we got to get us a secret camera. Because, a lot of these hunting houses, due to, their hunts, and they don't want everybody stealing their ideas from their hunts, then they don't allow filming or pictures or anything like that in their hunting houses. So I've reached out to a couple, just to ask, do it the right way first, So, yeah. Not they went for like 15 minutes and then they left. I can believe it. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I got 78 people in the live. I only have 52 thumbs. Like I said, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but the numbers don't add up to me, y'all. Put like the live thumbs up the live. Okay, so it's 8:11. Okay, so you know the rules. Lights out. I love y'all back. Y'all know lights out, and when your lights are out, thumbs up in the comments. If you haven't already, thumbs up the live and the comments. So you should be thumbing up twice. The live and the comment. Oh man. No, you in the car. You in the car. Don't, no. Don't lights out if you're in the car. Don't do that. Okay, the lights is already out. Depending on where you at, it might already be dark. Let me see, because it's dark out here where we at. Okay. Yes, you are right on time. So since you just popping in, don't forget to like the live and put yourself in the dark. And thumbs up the live when you don't put yourself in the dark. But I turned them off, my coworker turned them back on. I can't. I can't with y'all. Y'all miss, man. About to walk in the house. Okay, Nia, get in the dark. Time you walk in the house. Keisha, don't worry about turning no lights off. You are fine. You are in the car driving. We need you to be able to see and make it home. Family love you. We don't want nothing to happen to you. Okay, so I see they got the lights off. Okay. You playing computer game. Look, get off the game. Yeah, it's like a GoPro or something like that. Yeah, we don't have to. Mm-hmm. Right, that's exactly what I'm about to do. So, like, I'm trying to be nice and ask. Okay, y'all, the first story. So I'm just gonna go ahead and name out the people that are in this story now. Y'all, Miss Eva is a part of the family. Y'all go ahead and welcome Miss Eva to the family. Thank you, Miss Eva, for joining the LLL family, baby. I will be doing my personal thank you on the community page. You will be able to see it, and I will thank you personally. So, welcome to the family. Okay. Here we go. So the people that are going to be in the people that is going to be in the story tonight is, I want to make sure I'm saying this right. Parnissa, is it Parnissa Mobley? If it's Parnissa Mobley, thumbs up. If it's not, I'm so sorry. I ain't mean to butcher your name, but shut up. Momo will be in this story tonight. Sade Davis will be in this story tonight. Miss Destiny Cole will be in this story tonight. Miss DMCW, better known as D, will be in the story tonight. Jessica Conway will be in the story tonight. Kimberly Thompson will be in the story tonight. What is it? It's Nissa? Which one is it? Nissa? Is it Nissa? Thumbs up if I said that right. Nissa. Okay. And yeah, Kimberly Thompson. And last but not least, Miss Sequoia Love. That's what her name is. That was her name is. Y'all see it. I'm not making it up. It say Momo. Okay, Nissa, I got you. Gotcha. Okay, so those will be the people that will be in the story tonight. And don't worry, everybody will definitely get their name in the story because I have plenty of stories and not enough names to go around. So y'all will definitely be in some shit. If I don't get your name tonight, know that you will be in the next story time on Monday. Don't be still sure tonight like Shay. I done told you. Kwan. Now, NTK, you post my name. Kwan, you don't remember your story? I did your story. I did your story at the gas station. Remember, it was like, what? It was Monday story. Your name is in Monday story. Oh, y'all, we gotta welcome Miss Higgs. Miss Higgs, welcome to the family. Y'all got another family member. Welcome to family member, Miss Shertavia Higgs. Welcome, boo. Okay, y'all, let me go and get this story time started because it's like 8:15. Now I got Corn is a dude. Neil is a dude. I got two dudes. We got two dudes in our AL family. So if we ever go to Lakeland, they're gonna have to be the two dudes to keep us protected. Put all that responsibility on Neil and Quan.
Sounds about right.
Okay, here we go. So, okay. Okay, so this is your story, Miss Destiny. All right, so John and Destiny
Went out to Lake Lanier to spend some time together because it was their anniversary, their 25th anniversary. And I did. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Miss Higgs. Y'all, we got another family member. Y'all put your celebrations up. Welcome your new family member, Robert Johnson. Put your celebrations up, y'all.
On the Friday.
On a Friday. That's what I'm talking about. Quan, you need to go and get in the family. I don't know what you wait on. Nothing but $1.99. Okay. So yeah. John and Destiny, this Destiny Coley, went to the lake to spend some time together because it was their 25th anniversary. And, they wanted to get out there and spend some time. So they went out on the lake, and they brought food out there and everything on the boat because they have a boat. They have their own boat. So they brought food out there and everything. And, they sitting out there and relaxing and they got the food out, well, they just relaxing and drinking for right now. And then as the sun started to go down, Destiny goes to the back and she set up this cute little candlelit dinner in the back for them. And, John comes back and he sees it and he's like, oh, babe, oh. So they sit down and they eating and they reminiscing, babe. You remember when we used to come out here when we was young, we first started dating. You remember we used to come out here and play around, just throwing back old memories and everything, just having a good old time and everything. So they eating and she said, he was like, hey babe, how about we go skinny dipping like we used to do back in the day? And Destiny like, hell no, I ain't trying to go to jail. We get out here and get in this fucking water. Police pull up. What the kids gonna say when they find out we locked up for indecent exposure? Welcome, Rybell. Welcome, Rybell, to the family. Look, Neil got us, y'all. Neil got our back. That's what I'm talking about, Neil. He got our back. Y'all welcome Rybell to the family. Welcome, boo. You will get your own personal thank you from me on the page as well as your name in the story. So, yeah. So, Destiny was like, no, what do you think the kids gonna say we get locked up for fucking indecent exposure out here in the water? And he like, babe, come on now, let's just go out here and do it like we used to do. And she like, what if somebody watching? What if somebody see us? He like, shit, let them watch. Hey, we out here trying to do our own thing. So Destiny was like, okay, shout, okay. So they take out their clothes and they jump into the fucking water. Two older people jumping in the water, butt ass naked. All you see is assholes and elbows. They in the water. Boom.
50s.
Shut up. They in the water. So they just, playing around, splashing water at each other like they kids and shit. Then they get close and they start to make out and finna get into the thing that brought their kids into the world.
Grown up.
When all of a sudden they hear a splash and Destiny freeze. She like, what the fuck was that? He was like, what are you talking about? I mean, you are in a lake. It may have been a fish. Don't flip out. You know what I'm saying? She like, hell no. That splash was too fucking big for it to be a fish. And he like, babe, I'm telling you, it was just a fish. And he trying to go back to making out. And she like, no. No, that was big. That was like huge. That was like adult person body splash. That wasn't no damn fish. So he like, you know what, to make you feel better, babe, I'm gonna go around here and see. So, he goes to the front. He swims around to the front of the boat. And he don't see shit. So he comes back around. Destiny ass is gone. So he looking around the fucking water. Now the first thing that comes to his mind is,
What about bitch?
first thing comes to his mind is she must be playing. So, he looks around. He still don't see her, but then he noticed bubbles in the water. So he like, oh shit, did she go down? And it's dark out here, y'all. So he only has a little bit of light, not a lot of light. So he's swimming over there to where the bubbles are.
Where you at, bitch?
When,
Finna get left.
when something tugs his leg and almost pull him under the water. So he comes back up and he looking around. I'm like, the fuck? He trying to see what the hell going on. Like, and then it dawned on him, maybe it was Destiny pulling on him. So he hears bubbles around him and they like right behind him. And he turns around and looks back and he sees Destiny. And she's there and half her fucking head is caved in on this side. She's bleeding from the fucking mouth. And then she goes under the water. He stupid. He instantly goes under this water with her. He like, no, I got to get my baby. He goes down and he grabs. He's grabbing for her fucking arm. Like he got to find her. He got to find his baby. He got like she done went under. He seen blood. He seen
like that.
he seen blood. He seen her whole skull. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, it wasn't her to tell me this story. It was him to tell me this story. I'm gonna tell y'all, yeah, it was him to tell me the story. So he like she comes up and she got blood spewing from her mouth, and then she go back under. So he go under too, trying to grab Destiny on, but he said he was being pulled, and the water around him felt like it was vibrating. Like he said, all the water just felt like it was vibrating around him. And as he's being pulled, as he's going down, he smacks into a fucking tree that's already under the fucking water. He slams into the tree, and whatever the fuck, had him, I guess, snatched away. So he instantly tries to swim back up. But he says as he's swimming up, he can feel like rope or wire like going around his waist. So he just trying to swim. And he said he could feel it, but it wasn't like he was trying to take it off. He was just trying to get his ass up. You know what I'm saying? He can feel like, he said it felt like somebody was tying a rope around his fucking waist as he swam to the top of the water. And when he comes up, he's right at the back of the fucking boat, y'all. He like right there at the back of the fucking boat. And he grabs the boat to get ready to like pull himself out. And he's pulled by this goddamn wire. He said it was like fish wire that he was being pulled, and it had been wrapped around him so many fucking times that it felt like a rope to him. And he was like, that shit was pulling him, and he was holding on to the boat. And I guess as it pulled, the wire was like, I guess, cutting into his skin. That shit started to hurt, and he screamed out. And when he screamed out, Destiny ass come running out the bathroom, like, what's going on? What's going on? And he just like, cut it, just cut it. And she grabs the fucking knife that's on the counter, and she cuts the goddamn wire, and the shit just lets go. It just unravels off and around him. And he falls onto the fucking boat. And then he looks up at her, and he jumps the fuck back from her, and he looking at her ass all crazy, and she trying to walk up on, she like, baby, and she trying to grab his face, and he backing up, looking at her all crazy and shit, and she like, are you okay? And it's like, he just snaps out of it. He runs past her ass, goes straight to the front of the fucking boat, crank that shit up, and he gets the fuck out of there. Like, he turns and get his ass up out of there. They get up out the fucking water. He leaves. He didn't, y'all, that man told me this story by himself. His wife was not there. Apparently, he did not leave her.
She just flow.
No, he did not. No, Lord, that's why he left her.
I left that too.
He did not leave Destiny, y'all.
He come out there with her like that. You can't go home with her like that.
He didn't. He didn't, y'all. Hold on, Miss Patterson. I'll put it up for you. He did not leave her. What he is saying is he never revealed to her what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never told her what he actually saw. He was just like, when she was like, what happened? What happened, babe? Are you okay? What happened? And he was just like, something, it felt like something was holding on to me, and I didn't know, if it was you playing or what was going on. And she was like, no, I went to the bathroom. When you went to the front, I got out the water because I felt like something was in the water for real. And he was like, why you didn't fucking tell me you got out the water? And she was just like, I figured you saw I got out the water.
You're not pushing the water.
So he never did tell her, I jumped in the water because I thought you were drowning, and when I got over there where you was, half your fucking head was cracked open and blood was spewed. Like, he never told her any of that. So he didn't even want to tell the story around her because he said he never wanted her to know anything like that. And he said to this day he still sees that picture like of her in his head. He can still see it as clear as if that shit happened today. He can still see it in his head like that. And he's just like, it creeps him out every time he think about it. Every time he like, she still be wanting to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then nothing happened to her. It's like she basically got up out of the water, went to the bathroom, and by the time she came back, her dude, is screaming, cut it. That's all. She don't know nothing else. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So she has no problem with Lanier. She like, let's go. Him, on the other hand, is like, no. No. So he agreed to tell me the story, but he said he did not want to tell. Because I asked when it is couples or it's more than one person telling the story, and they say this person saw it and that person saw it, I ask for validation from the other people too. I want everybody to be there at the same time. When I talk to everybody, I want to notice everybody's facial expression, eye movements. If you lying, I want to see all of that. So the fact that, when I asked him would she be willing to join the Zoom, so I could ask her about it, he was like he didn't want her to know nothing about her looking dead or dying, or he was like he don't know if that's a prediction of how she's supposed to die. He just don't know. He like, but he cannot get that shit out of his head of this much of her fucking head being caved in, and she's just like blood coming out her fucking mouth, and he couldn't understand it. So he don't know if like the spirits was showing him that to scare him, or if that could be a future, for her. That's her dying that way. So he didn't want her to hear what he saw. None of that. He was like, he didn't want her to think every time he see her, he sees this, dead corpse that looked like her and stuff like that. So he didn't even want to talk about it around her. But he said since that shit happened, he won't go out on Lake Lanier no more. Every time she asks, he comes up with a reason for why they can't go. Oh, the boat ain't working. I gotta get the boat worked on. The boat worked the whole fucking time, but according to him, his wife think the boat has been broke for like 7.5, 8 months. So he don't, he ain't told her about it. He just left it as, what I'm saying, as that. And then when he told me if I kept pushing the issue, I wanted to talk to her, and he was like, if I talked to her, I just couldn't bring up that part of it. So when I did talk to her and she sat down and talked, I was like, do you remember going to Lake Lanier? She was like, yeah, we have fun out there all the time, and y'all, Miss Patterson just joined the family, y'all. Welcome Miss Maddie Patterson to the family. Welcome to the family. Will you get your own personal welcome from me after my live? So yeah, she's like, I love Lake Lanier. It's so peaceful and relaxing. Like, you could clearly tell she is in the dark about everything that went down, because when I asked her about that night, she was like, yeah, we had a romantic dinner and we jumped in, we skinny dipped. Like, she owned up to, we skinny dipped and everything, and and I'm like, what happened after that? And she was like, I got out of the water and went to the bathroom, and when I came back, John was needing help to get out of the water. She's like, I guess he had got too old and wrapped himself up in them fish wires down there. Like, she is completely clueless to all of that shit. So I knew that man hadn't told her none of that shit. But you can tell when he was describing to me how she looked, that man had tears in his eyes. It was like, it freaked him the fuck out to even think his wife would die like that or be dead like that. So he had tears in his eyes explaining that shit to me. I was like, oh, he had me in tears down there like, oh my God, it's gonna be okay. She alive. We thankful she alive. So yeah, that was your brother man's story. Miss Destiny, you did survive, boo. You survived, and you are clueless about everything that happened to you. So yes. Hey, baby. So y'all get a brief intermission. Go fill your cups up. Get you something to drink. Water, juice, all that good shit. All the stuff that grown people like to drink. I know y'all got y'all alcohol. Y'all said y'all had y'all alcohol. So I know y'all got y'all alcohol. Did y'all welcome y'all cousin like I asked y'all to? Oh, yeah, y'all did. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, yeah, that shit freaked him out. That man was in tears, y'all. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn. And he was just talking. You could hear his voice trembling, and he was just like, her face was like, and he was just, it was too much, y'all. I was like, oh my goodness. Whew. Oh, whew. So yeah. Okay, you got your Palmer son. That's what's up. Got that pen. Okay, that's what's up. Okay. Right, got that strong shit. Got that beat a motherfucker ass. Palmer son make a nigga fight. Palmer son make a motherfucker want to swing like by nothing. Bitch, you ate the last hot dog. Like, goddamn.
Going off on the kids. Call the kids all types of bitches. Oh, bitch, ate off the last hot dog.
Snapping by dumb shit. Ooh, shit, man. Kim said she got 2 11s tonight. Boy.
What? you can leave out the house naked.
Right, that's the, I'm gonna let them know you don't wanna go.
You can leave out the house naked.
God damn, I'm 211, but that shit had you confused on the weather outside. I seen folks drink 211s and go out in 40-degree weather and sweat like a motherfucker. Woo, shit, I'm 211. Serious, Kim. Kim.
Hey, that's on a Friday. Hey, knock yourself out.
That's exactly what you gonna do.
That's on
Knock
Friday.
yourself out.
Do a bid on Friday.
Kim, be cool on them 211s, but
211
that shit for
and
real,
that
but
goddamn-
cause you fuck around drink too many of them 211s, your husband gonna be dialing 911. Your ass gonna need some help.
I'm gonna black out. You know, everybody bitches now.
Oh my goodness, walk around there
Everybody-
snapping.
Everybody name gonna be bitch.
Right.
First name, last name
Y'all
gonna be bitch.
bitches think it's cool.
Last name, first
Oh
name,
man,
bitch.
babe, Destiny said she got white henny.
Ooh. Ooh.
Look, you don't put him on to some shit, Destiny.
Ooh.
Now he finna go to the liquor store look for
No,
that shit.
they don't say that in Georgia.
White henny.
I ain't found that yet.
He done gave his
Where?
ass a mission. Done gave his ass a mission.
Where in Georgia?
He done gave his ass a mission. Ooh.
I'm on white.
Okay, that's what
all
I'm talking
day.
about. Okay, y'all ready for the next story? If you ready for the next story and you are back in the dark, thumbs
Back
up
in
the
white-
live.
let's talk about
And if
White
you
Hennessy.
somebody said I got Crown Vanilla.
Let's talk about White Hennessy.
Eh.
Then we'll get to the next story.
No, look,
Where
they
you bought that from?
look. So thumbs up the live.
Hennessy.
Thumbs up in the comments if you back in the dark and you ready. All y'all that can't be in the dark, I already know why y'all can't be in the dark.
Man,
They say you got shits on the
Man, some White Hennessy.
Lord, here we go.
iPad, cash app.
Oh my goodness, right here, cash app you the buddy for the white Hennessy. Oh my goodness.
I was stuck so bad down here in Georgia with that White Hennessy.
Oh my goodness, y'all, we got another member. Never mind. I like the name. Never mind. Welcome to the family. Y'all, welcome, never mind, to the family. Never mind. You're going to have to hit me up on one of my posts and give me a name that you want me to use. For everybody that got these names that just ain't fucking names, because I know how my family is, please go on one of my posts, one of my videos, and let me know what name you would prefer to be called, because I do not want to be calling y'all, you know, what y'all don't want to be called. So,
Let's talk about White Hennessy.
second story, we're talking about no damn white Hennessy. We're talking about white Hennessy at the end.
Huh?
All right. So let's see this story. Y'all get 3 stories tonight. That was the first story. This is the second story. Second story gonna involve Jessica Conway. Hope you in the building.
And Hennessy.
You didn't get a mention when you joined. Y'all, welcome Lorena Anderson. I'm so sorry if you didn't get a mention, but we still love you. Welcome Lorena Anderson to the family. You will get your personal. Please believe you get your personal, and your name will be in the story.
We got your back.
So, you know, all these members that's joining, y'all know we're going to do our members only movie night. And we going scary. We going scary. We going gore fork scary. We going full fucking blown scary. Like,
Who got your back? We got your back.
okay. So, yeah, the next story involves Jessica Conway. Thank you. Miss D, and Miss D, I'm talking about the DMCW. You know who you are. Miss D, you no. You know who I'm talking about. Miss Sade Davis. Your name is also in this story. Y'all are the 3 ladies in this story.
On Friday.
Ark is live tonight. You talking about, is he going? Like, Ark is live. Ark is turned the fuck up.
I'm still
show
talking
you
about
what-
18.
Let me show y'all what y'all Ark doing over here.
I want to switch to the White Hennessy.
So we leaving him over there in his little world.
That's
Okay.
my Christmas gift, White Hennessy. Christmas, right around the corner.
We ain't even made the Halloween yet. How the hell you talking about Christmas?
On Friday.
Oh my goodness.
No dog.
Right. Okay.
I'm
Thank
for
you.
y'all,
Are
so
you
give
done?
them thumbs up.
Okay, they thumbs up. Okay, you ready? Okay. Here we go. So Jessica D and Sade work for a local food pantry in the Lake Lanier area. And if you don't know what a food pantry is, it's basically, you know, they give you food, boxes of food and clothes and stuff like that. So Not naming no damn character, whitehead.
I've been drinking this shit by
So,
myself for a long time.
yeah, I get some in a minute, but I'm
You don't
talking
drink
to my
with me no
family.
more.
I'm gonna drink with you. Let me talk to my family. Okay,
Mm.
so Jessica D and Sade, they work for a food pantry over there in the Lake Lanier area, and normally people come to the church and they get boxes and baskets of food and clothes if they need it. But sometimes you do have the sick and shut in, people that can't make it to the church, or old people that don't ain't able to make it to the church. So Jessica D and Sade, they go out into the neighborhoods and they take food and clothes to the people that can't make it to the church. Very honorable, right? So they go out there, they do their thing on a Saturday. They normally do it on Saturday. So they get out there early Saturday morning and they start with all these neighborhoods. And then when they get to the last neighborhood, they set up shop and everything. By the time they get ready to pull up, everybody's already out there waiting on them to get there. So they pull up, they set up shop and everything. People get in lines so they can get their stuff. And the girls noticed it was a little girl in line by herself. She looked like she was by herself. So, they passing out the stuff. So Jessica walking down the line telling everybody, God bless you. I hope you have a good day. And she gets to the little girl and she like, hey, baby, how you doing? And the little girl was fine. She's like, I'm fine. And she asked her what her name was. And she said her name was Nissa. Miss Mobley. She said her name was Nissa. So she asked her, where's your parent, baby? And Nissa didn't say nothing. She just walked on because the line was moving on up. So she just walked on up. So Jessica was like, she goes on back over to the table, what she was doing. The line moves on up, everybody getting on up. And the little girl gets up there where D is, and D had her basket, and she like, baby, where your mom and dad at to help you tote this stuff? And she was like, I live with my grandma. And she moved on down the line. Okay. So, they looking at each other, D and Jessica and them looking at each other like, little girl. She moving on down. It's a big ass box for this baby, but she is determined to tote this shit herself. She get down there where Sade at. Sade get her blanket, a little blanket, a little skull cap and gloves and stuff like that. And she like, baby, do you need any help? Because I don't see anybody with you. You want me to drive you where you got to go? Because we got a van. We can take you on down. And the little girl was like, no, thank you. I'm fine. Nissa went on by her business. She just, walked on. So the women hurry up, got done doing what they was doing. And as they was getting everything together, they looked down the street and they could see Nissa, still walking down the street. So they get together. They like, look, did you see that little girl? Yeah, I saw her. She ain't had no parents with her. Who is this little girl? Like, why she by herself? Like, I don't feel comfortable that baby walking by herself with all that stuff. How somebody want to do something to her? So, Jessica, D, and Sade decide they gonna follow Nissa. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stay back, but they gonna follow just to make sure she getting wherever she got to go safe because it's a little girl. So they get in the van and they follow. Nissa walks damn near for miles. By the time she get to where she going, it dark outside. She been walking that long. So they pull up, they see her get to this house, so they stop to the side and, watched her walk into the house. So they get out and they look, looking at the house, and they look up and they see a silhouette in the window of like adult people, you know what I'm saying? Like grown people walking around. So they felt, a little better, like, okay, she ain't just, by herself. It is some adults around, so she's okay. So, they getting back, finna get ready to get back in the van. And as they getting ready to get back in the van, they hear a little girl scream. So instantly everybody freeze and they looking at each other. Did you hear that, bitch? Did you hear that? I heard that. Did you hear that? Yeah, I heard that. Do you think it was Nissa? Do you think it was her? And they was like, they didn't know. And then they hear the scream again. Oh my goodness, y'all. Idlewild is now a family member, y'all. Welcome Idlewild to the family. Thank you, Idlewild. You will get your name. You have one of those names. I'm going to need you to go up on one of my posts and put the name down that you want me to use, because I can't be calling you Idlewild. So, yeah. So they hear the scream again. And Jessica like, oh, hell no. What is going on? They look back and they look up at this window where they seen the adult was, and they seen the silhouette of an adult with a belt in their hand. And that belt is struck back and they swing it down like boom, boom, boom. They swinging down, and Jessica like, what the fuck? So all of a sudden, they see this same adult grab a shadow of a little girl, looks like a little girl, because they are looking from outside the house. So all they see is shadows and silhouettes. They see a silhouette of a little girl being lifted off the floor by her neck, straight up in the air. And whoever this adult is that is holding her begins to stab this baby. Stab, stab. Blood is spewing all over the room. And you can see the shadows of the blood through the fucking window. Like instantly, Jessica runs back. They run back to the van. Jessica grab her gun. She like, fuck that. We ain't playing that. No. She grabs her gun. They all run back over to the door. They beating on the fucking door. I'm talking about beating this door down. Hey. And the old lady comes to the door and she opened the door. And before she could say anything, Sade snatch her ass up out that house so quick, and Jessica and D run straight into the house. She got the toolie. They going straight to the room. They seen this shit go down. Then they get up there, and I'm talking about bus in the room, and it ain't shit in the room. It ain't even furniture in the room. Nothing. No blood, no knife, no child, no shit in this room. This is an empty fucking room, y'all. And they looking around and shit. They going all around the house because they know what the fuck they saw. And they just cannot believe this room is spotless. Ain't not one spot of blood in this room when they know they saw blood splashing on the fucking windows and walls and shit. So they like, what the fuck? They check this whole house and they can't find nothing. So they go back downstairs, they run outside, and they ask, they see, Jessica, they see Sade standing over there, and the old lady is sitting in the van, and they ask her, they're like, ma'am, where's your granddaughter? Where's Nissa? Where's Nissa? And the old lady's just looking at them, and she like, babe, I live by myself. No. Nissa, your granddaughter, the little girl that just walked in your house with all that food and the blanket. Her, where is she? And the lady is looking at them and she is swearing them up and down. She in the house by herself. I don't live with nobody. I live by myself. They like, so what a little girl that they came in the house with the food? It ain't no little girl. Nobody come in my house. Only time when I came to the door, y'all were the people at my house. Ain't nobody been in my house. They don't believe the shit. So they go back in, check the house again. They don't find nothing. They apologize to the lady. They take her, take her back to the house. We sorry, we apologize. And they get in the car, they get in the van, and they sit there about a good 15 minutes trying to put this shit together. Like, we saw that shit. Like, we saw that shit. And Jessica just pulls off in the truck and in the van. And when she pulls off, she's driving down the street, and then she slams on the brake, damn near throwing D-ass up towards the front where they at. And they like, what the fuck is going on? And she like, look out the back window. And when they look out the back window, they see Nissa. She's skipping over towards the woods, and then she fades away. And they just stuck. Like, you saw that, right?
Yes.
They stuck. They didn't know what the fuck to think of it. And every time they brought food, up to that area again, they never saw her again. But they always made it their business to go down there to where the old lady stay at and take her food because she can't get out the house. And she ain't got nobody to help her. So they stayed taking food to her every time they came into the neighborhood until she passed. And when she passed, they went to the funeral. And all three of these women swear by it. That they went to the funeral, and in the cemetery, when they were rolling the body down into the ground, they said they saw this little old lady standing there holding Nissa's hand, and they was just looking at them. And then they turned around, and they walked away, and they just faded as they walked away. And they could never put it together. It was like, she said the little girl went in the house, but how would they know each other or something? But all three of them women swear by it. They swear by it. They saw this old lady and a little girl, and they was holding hands, and they were just staring at all three of them. And when they got done staring at them, they just turned around, and walked off and like faded away as if they were ghosts watching the whole damn funeral. So that really took a toll on them because they really had started to like the old lady. You know what I'm saying? They had after that situation happened, they dealt with that. They said they dealt with the lady for about a good 7 months before she passed. They was taking food every Saturday to her. They would come over and see her even when they wasn't bringing food. They would come over and check on her. So they had got a whole relationship with this lady. And after I heard the story, I felt like because this lady was so old and she was back so far back away from the street to where she couldn't get food and stuff, I felt like that little girl did that just to get that lady food, just to get her what she needed. Cause that lady wasn't able to move out to that house like that. She wasn't able to leave the house and do all that stuff. So I felt like that little girl attracted them there, so that lady wouldn't, be alone, or she just wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? She would always have somebody to come take care of her. They always made sure she ate. They always brought her whatever clothes they had. Like Jessica would go to her house and clean up for her. They would go and take her out to eat. Like they treated this lady like it was their grandmama. And they would do things with her. And then when she passed 7 months later, it like really took a toll on them. And then when they go to the funeral, they saw the little girl right there with her. And they was together holding hands in the cemetery. And then they walked off together and they faded away. So I guess, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the lady would have passed if she, you know what I'm saying? Because she ain't had no way to get no food. She couldn't do none of that. And it's the body can only last like, what, 6-7 days without food? So she didn't have no food in her house. She ain't had none of that. And that little girl basically lured them down there to their house to find her. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was a sweet story. So yeah, they really, it could have been her grandbaby, but she kept saying, "Want nobody living in the house." That wasn't. I'm in the house by myself. She never did say that's my grandbaby, or I got a grandbaby by that name, or what. Because she was too old at that point. She could have had Alzheimer's at that point. They said she was real old and like fragile. You know how your grandma is. Her skin be all soft and stuff because she's so fragile. That's how she was. So yeah, the little girl attracted Jessica D and Sade down there to look after that lady. That could have been her granddaughter. Ain't no telling who it was. But that lady didn't go hungry a day after they met her. That lady didn't want for shit a day after they met her. So yeah, they know they want. I'm pretty sure they want to know how this baby died, but there's no information. They don't even know where the baby came from. So there's no information on that. I know, right? That's what I asked them. I asked them, did they ever look it up? And they was like, they looked up, what they could, but they really never found any information about the little girl. But they said the little girl had to be from like old days. They said because when she came up there, her hair, the way she had her hair, is the way older people used to do hair back in the day. So apparently they said this little girl had like 2 ponytails in her head, and her ponytails was rolled up with brown paper bag, like to make curls. And I know that's some real old shit. I know that's some real old shit. I know my grandmama used to do that shit to her hair. She would like, we had whole rollers in the house, and she like, baby, don't nothing curl your hair like a brown paper bag. And she would make rollers out of the fucking, and that's how that little girl had her hair twisted up in that. So they felt like she was like older little girl. This would have been somebody that died like this decade or last decade. Like, no. Like, my mom never was using rollers when I came into the world. So this little girl was way before I was born. That's for damn sure. So yeah, so your granny did that too. So it could have been. I never thought of that, Rebecca. It could have been her sister. I never thought of that. It was somebody that loved her, that made sure she got the help that she needed before she passed, and she got loved, and people looked out for her. So yeah, it was a sweet story. I know y'all was expecting like scary, but it was a sweet one for me. I had to let y'all know that one, huh?
Fast foods as their Halloweens.
I can't. Girl, bye. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all got one more. I hope everybody is loving their names in these stories. I so hope so. The last story is gonna have Miss Sequoia Love and Kimberly Thompson. Yes, yes, yes. It could have been. I know somebody that loved that lady. That's for sure. I ain't even gonna question if it was a relative or a best friend. I know it was somebody that loved that lady. So yes. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Y'all get a brief intermission. I'm gonna start back up at 8:55. Go use the bathroom, do everything you need to do. You thought I was doing 4 stories tonight, girl? Now, see, here you go. Here, don't start. Don't start. Man, Destiny said, "Go dogs and tell Ark I got him on that hitty."
Yeah, you should do 8 stories
What the fuck?
in one night. They gotta
You
get
know,
my
there are 8 stories in one night.
I tell one.
Yes, I know this is story. I know I'm finna do story 3. I'm talking about Quan. Ladarius up here about 4 for 4, baby. I'm not Wendy's. Right. I thought I said it on Wednesday too. I'm not Wendy's. Nah, it's Friday. We get okay with y'all. It could have been somebody, y'all. I don't know who it could have been for her. I just know this little old lady, she didn't remember. Or else she'd have been, she'd have been like, oh my God, that was such and such. But this little old lady didn't remember.
Go dogs.
Look, it's about 8 stories in one night. Hell no.
Yeah, I tell one.
Look, you'll tell a lie. That's what you'll do.
Ha ha. But if your story. On my wife.
Nah, yeah, it's 4 for 4. It's Friday.
What my wife
It's
said, whenever it comes.
Look. What? Nah, come on, Auntie. Two more. God, that 5 for 5. Whew. Whew. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot. Oh, right. I'm with me. Like, what? I'm with me, Green. That shit just froze up on me. Now you say we get extra Auntie on Friday. What I told y'all was on Wednesday, if y'all let me stop at 3 stories, then we would have done a story and a movie time the next day. But no, y'all said no, y'all wanted y'all stories. So I gave y'all story instead. Now they were so short. Not if you love us, you would. How you gonna hit me with that, Ebony? Yeah. Y'all know how to play on a person's heartstrings, don't you? Who taught y'all that shit? Who taught y'all that? Like, who taught y'all to be that way? Nah, we ain't got shit to do. Man, how about y'all get 3 stories and a movie time? How about we get 3 stories and a movie? How about that? Can we do that? I see that reverse psychology. I see that reverse psychology y'all trying to use on me. Y'all know pressure bust pipes. Look, these are all short stories.
Make sure y'all watch the dogs this weekend. Go dogs.
I gave your early birthday gift, Destiny. You funny. No, I'm finna go to the club. You finna go to the club, Quan? Well, turn up for everybody.
And the dog.
Oh my goodness. I love y'all too. Look at y'all, boy. Look. Somebody 4 is a good even number. I ain't trying to be on no damn even number. Now you won't talk to damn party. Don't blame me for that shit. Don't blame me for that. Man. Damn, y'all talking about 5 stories. Y'all Look, now we can do 4 stories in a movie. Y'all, I'm trying to get out of that 4th story. How y'all ain't gonna compromise? I need some compromise here, people. Right, like for real, Big Green. They don't understand. Like everybody else can, but I can't. Y'all are definitely spoiled, but that's my fault. Y'all are spoiled.
On a Friday.
The next story will be a long, scary story. Y'all ain't even gave me a chance to get to it. Now I'm trying to get drunk. Well, if you trying to get drunk, y'all need to be doing a late Lanier game then. Man, you want to play late Lanier game with the fam?
I gotta go to work in the morning.
He told me he got to go to work in the morning.
2 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I'm finna give y'all a long ass story too, cause this one's finna be long. That means 2 more stories. Oh my god. Now we finna vote. Who the hell told y'all to vote, Shay? Ain't nobody put no vote up for ain't nobody put no vote up for this shit. Okay. Oh my goodness. Y'all are a mess. Oh my goodness, y'all. Come on, man. Now they say it's a democracy. Right, right. That's exactly what they saying. I love y'all too. I'm finna start the next story. Now I hear 4 and 5. Me too, shall hear it all on. Boy said we can do 3 and watch the movie. That didn't win the vote and watch Hunt tomorrow. Oh, we definitely doing Hunt tomorrow regardless. We gonna do Hunt. Not win the cookout. Oh my goodness. Right. You taught us not to settle for less. Me and my fucking mouth. Oh my god. Yes, y'all are just used to getting what y'all want. That I can't see these damn emojis. Animal with Keke Palmer. Oh, has anybody seen what's the name of that movie? That new movie that just hit HBO called Malignant. It's a new scary movie that just hit HBO and theaters called Malignant. Has anybody seen it? Because, boy, I'm a damn sure check it out when I get off the phone with y'all. Nah, we spoiled. It just hit today. Yes, it just dropped today. It's good. Oh, man, I can't wait. I got to watch that, man. Yes, it just dropped today. They said it came out in theaters today. So, yeah. You watched it already? I was at work. I ain't watched it yet. Oh, I can't wait to watch it. I so hope it's worth it. Okay. Yeah, the dude who made The Conjuring did this one. So, yeah, I know he gonna... The gate... Oh, the gate was good. You talking about the little critters coming out the ground? I love that little shit. It was scary when I was little. I'm gonna watch it, too. I think I'm gonna watch that tonight. It's called Malignant, Imani. It just dropped on HBO, and it just dropped in theaters. So, yeah, I'm gonna watch that tonight. You're gonna have to watch it while the kids at school. Y'all just done made me go blow through my little time. I told y'all. Okay, thumbs up. Thumbs up if you're ready. Thumbs up if you're ready. Yeah, send me the video, Destiny. Thumbs up if you're ready if you got your lights out and you're ready. And if you haven't liked the live already, please like the live as well as in the comments. I know, man. There's so many movies I be wanting to watch with y'all, but I be knowing everybody got shit to do. I'm a movie fanatic. I be on them scary movies, y'all. That shit hit. I be on it already. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. So y'all, okay, I see you're gonna play your World War Z. Okay. See, my real, yeah. I watched that Ed and Lorraine Warren documentary today. Boy, first off, I didn't know so many scary movies were made off their cases. Like that shit, Hunting in Connecticut was one of their cases, y'all. And y'all know Hunting in Connecticut is based on a true story. That was one of their cases. And then I didn't know that they lied in the movie on the first Conjuring. On the first Conjuring, they make it seem like, you know, the Conjuring where they play hide and clap and shit. They make it seem like Ed and Lorraine saved them in the movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got the damn devil out of her. They got, you know what I'm saying? And everything was all good. But in the documentary, what happened was they went to do a seance. Now, the husband, Roger, didn't believe in that shit. He was skeptical, but his wife had been having shit to happen to her, plus the kids had been having shit to happen to them. So they was down for the seance, but the husband was skeptical on that shit. And when they got ready to do the seance, they said Lorraine closed her eyes to start the seance, and some force come through the house and possessed the mama. And, you know, she was being attacked by something demonic, and her husband tried to run over and save her, and Ed stopped him, and he was like, no, because if you go over there, you could be possessed too. And he punched Ed in the face and put their ass out the house, and they never went back to that house again. So the story of the movie of them saving that lady and getting Bathsheba out of her, and that shit didn't happen like that. And what happened was Ed and Lorraine got kicked out of the fucking house because they wouldn't let that man go over there and help his wife when she was being attacked. So he punched Ed ass in the face and put Ed and Lorraine out of the house and never let them back in their house again. So yeah, that little documentary there, I was like, whoa. So yeah, a lot of them cases. It was the Ed and Lorraine documentary. I think it's on HBO. No. I seen it on Discovery Plus in the paranormal section. Yeah, so they had a lot of stories that we didn't even know was based off of their shit. Like I didn't even know they had did the hunting in Connecticut till I started watching they documentary, and that shit was like, and they had a case about a funeral home that was a house, and I'm like, that shit sound like hunting in Connecticut, and they was like, it was based on the story. Hunting in Connecticut was based off this case they had, and I'm like, damn. So yeah, they did a lot of fucking cases that movies have been based off of. We had no fucking idea, y'all. Okay, yeah, it was good. It was good. So yeah, the third story. It's gonna have Kim and Sequoia Love. Miss Kimberly Thompson and Sequoia Love is in this one. Now, yeah, can I get more likes the live, you guys? Y'all like 98 people in here. It's like 85 times on. So if you forgot to do it, just do it. Okay. Someone lives there now. Well, at their house that they moved out of. Well, I mean, as far as what they say Ed and Lorraine left everything to their son-in-law. He supposedly have a page on YouTube where he still talk about the stuff in the cases that they do. So, yeah, they left everything for him to deal with. You would have thought they would have left everything to Judy, considering how she's supposed to have the gift too, but they left everything to the son-in-law. So, okay. So, Cam and Sequoia, they are both 13-year-old girls that deliver newspapers. So y'all know this one is an old one. Man, I watch all the Supernaturals. Are you serious? Dean? So yeah. He got the museum. He got all that cursed stuff. He's the one that's over all that stuff now. Not Judy. You would have thought Judy would have been one over all that stuff, but Judy said she didn't want to have So yeah, he deals with all that stuff. He got the museum now. Yeah. So Kim and Sequoia, they are little girls that deliver newspapers. So y'all know this was kind of back in the day, for real. And they would deliver newspapers in the morning before going to school. That was like their little job or whatever. So when they would get up to deliver these newspapers, it'll be before the sun, comes up. So it's still like dark outside when they go to deliver newspapers. So they like the best of friends because they've been doing this paper route together for like 2 or 3 years. So they ride their bikes every morning. They get up, they meet each other, they ride their bikes over there to pick up their papers. They get their papers, and they both have a neighborhood to take that is close to Lake Lanier. So the plan is for both of them, that what they normally do is they would both go to the neighborhoods that they're supposed to go deliver at, go throw their papers, and meet up at the end of the street that leads back to the subdivision that they live in. And they have been doing this for years with no problems, y'all. So they get up and one morning they get up and Kim and Sequoia meet up in front of Kim's house. And she like, so we racing today? And Kim like, hell yeah, we racing today. So if I win, then you gonna have to come spend the night at my house. And if you win, then I come spend the night at your house. Bet. So they both ride down there in the dark to pick up their papers. Now, the person that told me this story, I asked them, I was like, y'all parents was cool with that shit when y'all was little. Apparently, Atlanta was different when back in the day. You can leave your doors unlocked and your kids can walk in the middle of the night and nobody bother them or kidnap them and they not end up in no sex trafficking ring, none of that shit. So, their parents was okay with them doing it because they had been doing it for years. So, they go and pick up their paper route. They get all their papers and stuff. And they both get ready to go into their subdivision. Kim's standing at her subdivision entrance. Sequoia's standing at her subdivision entrance. And they like, okay, you ready? Go. And they both take off. And they go on to do their route. They going on through the neighborhood, getting their routes done. And Kim kind of slowing down because she throwing her damn papers all in water and stuff. So she got to get out. She got to get off her bike, go get the damn papers. Meanwhile, Sequoia is getting on through this bitch with no problem. She just hitting corners. busting corners, throwing papers left and right around this motherfucker. So Cam is coming on up the side, and she's getting close to we'll see. Okay, Shay, I'm gonna tell you. We can talk about that when I get through the story right quick. Yeah, it had to be like in the 60s or something like that. So, they been in corners and they getting the fuck on, getting their stuff done and everything, and Kim coming through because she was taking so long. By the time she get to her last street to deliver papers and stuff, she can see Sequoia ass already sitting at the end of the street like, I told you I'm gonna beat you. So she laughing at Sequoia and she's pedaling towards Sequoia ass. And as she do this on her bike, she noticed it's somebody behind Sequoia ass. And the more she do this, it looks like this shit is moving fast. So she screams out, Sequoia, something's behind you. Sequoia's like, she looked back and she sees this creepy looking shit. It looks like she said, like a man that was dead in a top hat. His body was popping and shit like arthritis or whatever. Like his body was popping and all kind of crazy shit. So instantly that shit scared the fuck out of Sequoia. Sequoia jumped on her bike and she started riding towards Kim. And Kim still trying to get to Sequoia. But the more Kim do this, she see this motherfucker is getting fast on Sequoia ass. Sequoia is, I'm talking about to break her fucking chain trying to get down this street for Kim ass. She finally get to Kim. She's spinning that bike around to see where that motherfucker at. They both watch this motherfucker break his own back, y'all. Like this motherfucker bent backwards. Clock, 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 clock. Oh, somebody broke his own motherfucking back to where he was on all fours, y'all, backwards.
Ninja.
And this motherfucker is now running like a fucking dog towards them. And all they can hear is a growl coming towards them. So instantly, both of them jump on the fucking bikes and they are pedaling with everything they fucking got in them. They are crying. They trying to hurry up and get down this street. Sequoia looked back. She noticed this motherfucking thing is running up cars. This shit is running in trees. This shit is all over the fucking place. Like, Kim is like, just keep pedaling. Just keep pedaling. Like, all we gotta do is make it home. We make it home. It's somebody there that can save us. We just gotta keep going. They are pedaling what seemed like forever, y'all. This shit is, you can hear the body popping. Kim said it sounded like that shit was in her left ear, like it might have been on the bike with her. That's just how close that shit was sounding to her, which made her even fucking scared. And she just kept going as fast as she could. Sequoia kept looking back. They just kept looking back. They get down to the end of the street, and this shit jumps down right in front of them, knocked both of their asses off the bike. Now they both on the ground. This shit is like bent over backwards, y'all. Like a whole fucking back bend. And this shit is coming at Kim ass. Like he just wanna eat Kim, basically. Cause that's how Sequoia said that shit looked to her. It looked like that shit was coming over there. She said that motherfucker tongue. She could see the tongue of it out of his mouth, like licking his face and shit. You know what I'm saying? From the back. And she was like, what the fuck? And that thing got kind of close to Kim and she screamed out. And she was like, hey! And it looked at her and she just takes off running. So when she get to running, this shit get to chasing her. Kim jumps up, grab her bike. She jumps on her bike and she is riding to the end of the street. She trying to get to the end of the street. She done ran through front yard. She is riding through people's front yard, on people's porches, trying to goddamn get to the end of the street without crossing in front of this motherfucking thing or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. So she is riding through people's front yards and everything, trying to hurry up and get in front of Sequoia and this goddamn thing. So she finally get to the last yard. She spins her bike, ride down a little bit, get to the end of the street, and she can see Sequoia running wide ass open up the street. I'm talking about this thing is on Sequoia's ass. Sequoia's running with everything she can. I'm talking about this girl can barely breathe. She is screaming for Kim. Help me, help me. And Kim is like, run, run. And she is running, y'all. Yes, like that. Yes, that's exactly what it sounded like. That when that motherfucker, when she described that shit to me, that's what I thought of. I thought of that motherfucking thing from Legion. Yes. It was just like, she said that shit felt, it was just like that. It was bent over. She said it was growling. You can hear that shit from miles. Like the growl sounds like he was surrounded by the fucking growl. It was nothing you could do to avoid this shit. So she's at the end. She's screaming at Sequoia to run. She like Sequoia is running with everything she got in her, but Kim can still see this thing jumping off cars, coming towards Sequoia ass. Like this shit is trying to figure out how to get in front of Sequoia or how to come down on Sequoia ass, but this little girl is running with everything in her, y'all. This little girl done ran the soles out her fucking shoes. That's how fast this little girl is running. And she is getting there. And she gets to Kim, and she jumps on the back of Kim's bike, and Kim pedals her ass off. Down the street. They getting down the street. They out the subdivision, and they coming down the street. And Sequoia looked back while she riding on the back of Kim's bike. She looked back, and this shit is standing at the end of the street. And she said that shit burst into smoke. They get home. They tell their parents. Of course, nobody believe this shit. Nobody believe this shit. Sequoia getting in trouble. Where your fucking bike at? Where your bike? I left that shit over there with that, whatever the fuck was over there. So Sequoia dad and Kim and her dad get in the car, and they go over on the other side of the fucking street to see if they can find Sequoia's bike. And they get over there, and just to show, Sequoia's bike is in the middle of the fucking street. So the dad is like, why did you leave your bike? And she's like, I told you it was a thing. I don't know what it was, but it was chasing us. This baby is crying, telling this story. Dad is just like, you just got, you know what, this is bullshit. So he gets out of the car to grab this fucking bike to put into the trunk. And dad grabs the bike and he stands it up. And he is about to walk that shit to the car when dad freezes right in front of the fucking car. So Kim, dad is like, the fuck is going on? Hey, you hit the horn. Hey, come on, bring the bike in. And the dad is just stuck. He won't move. He ain't moving. He got the look of fear on his fucking face, but he won't move. He's just holding the fucking bike, just staring. And he ain't looking in the car. He's like basically looking around the car. Like, so, welcome Miss Patricia to the family. Y'all welcome Miss Patricia Miles to the family. We got a new family, maybe y'all. So the dad is just froze and he's just looking at the fucking car. So Kim dad get out and he like, I just get the damn bike. And he gets out and he grabbed the bike and he turns around and walks to the car and his ass free. And the girls are in the car holding each other. They scared because they don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, if you, let me tell you something. If you've ever been a little girl, your daddy is like fucking Superman. So if your dad's showing fear, it instantly put fear in your soul. I don't give a fuck who you is. If you ever see your daddy show fear, that shit scares you because he's the person that's supposed to protect you. Like, can't nobody beat my daddy. My daddy fucking Superman. And then your dad is standing over there shaking like a leaf on a tree. That shit there, that's fear. So for these little girls to see their dad is froze like that, they just like, oh my God, what is going on? Oh, we got another family member, y'all. Welcome our next family member. So, oh Lord, I don't want to mess it up. Send one for, I'm sorry. Baby, we gonna need a nickname for you. Welcome to the family. The family gonna need a nickname. We gonna need a nickname. Y'all welcome y'all cousin to the family. There it is, Sin. Welcome Sin to the family. So, you know, the dads and stuff are they scared. They standing there holding the bikes and the little girls are just looking at them through the windshield like, what the fuck is going on? Why aren't they moving? And they hear noise on the roof of the car. And it's like somebody's on the fucking roof of the car. So they instantly get scared. Both of them jump up and lock their fucking doors. Locking their daddies out the fucking car. Every man for himself at this point. Lock daddy and them ass out the car. So something's on the roof of the fucking car and they can hear like the footsteps of this shit like boof, 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 boof. And they are just in this car scared and this shit charges at the dad. The dad, like Kim dad picks the bike up and throws that shit at the car. And whatever the fuck this fucking creature was, it like totally missed him. But the dads are like, you know what I'm saying? And this shit jumps down and it turns around and looks at the girls in the car real fucking devious looking and looks back at the dads. And the dads like, you know, kind of like back up, like they shook. And then they start coming at the dads, so the dads run. And they run. They run. This is the sad part of the story, y'all. They run and leave the girls in the car on the street. They ran. They didn't know what the fuck to do. They ran. And Kim and Sequoia sat in this car. And this shit came back to the car and it walked around the car. It stared in the window of the car at their ass. It jumped on the hood of the car, looking through the windshield. This shit was making itself known. It was just all around the fucking car. Next thing you know, probably like a good 10, 15 minutes of this shit patrolling the car and watching these fucking kids and smacking his face all on the window and all this crazy shit. You hear sirens. And the girls look up. Fucking police. The police is there. Hey, oh my goodness, Chastain, I don't know where you been. You been gone all day. And the police is there. And they get out of the car and they got their flashlights and they looking around and shit and they don't see nothing. And they walk up to the car and they look in the car and they see Kim and Sequoia in the car huddled up to each other, crying and all kind of shit. And next thing you know, Daddy don't show up. So apparently Daddy done ran to the house and called the police. Daddy done left the girls in the car and went to go call the fucking police. They left the kids in the car with this creepy shit while they went to go call the police. And the police shows up and this shit is nowhere to be seen. They don't see it. The dad, tell the cop, don't leave. Keep your guns drawn until I get my daughter bike and put it in the car. And then we can leave together. Like, don't you move. You stay right there. So the dad, they all out the car looking all crazy and shit. Looking up at everything. And, you know what I'm saying? They get the girl's car. And they get the girl bike, get Sequoia bike and put it in the trunk. And they get in the trunk and, they get in the car. The girls unlock the door and they crying, why did you leave us? Why did you leave us? And, they crank the car up and they leave and the police, follow them to the house and everybody got back home safely. But Sequoia and Kim both thought they were tripping. They thought they was tripping until they dad situation happened. And then Sequoia heard her dad telling her mom what he saw and what happened to him. And he pretty much said he was running for some shit that was always in front of him. He said he don't know what the fuck it was, but he was always running from some shit that was always in front of him. He said no matter how fast he ran, the shit was already in front of him. He could see it. He could hear that shit surrounding him. Meanwhile, Kim dad is running a whole different way to his house and he experiencing the same shit. The shit seemed like it's right there. It's following him. It's in front of him. It's around him. And they are both in the house trying to explain this shit to their wives. Sequoia, come in here and tell your mama what you saw. Sequoia don't want to talk about it. Kim, come tell your mama what you saw. Kim don't want to talk about it. The dads tried to explain that to the moms. The moms didn't believe that shit. When the kids came back with the story, nobody believed that shit. So what the hell made them think somebody was going to believe them because they was adults? Yeah. It looked like some homeless dead man who broke his back and he ran like a fucking K9. Chased me to the house, no. So, of course the girls didn't talk about that shit. That was the end of the paper route though. Just to let y'all know, Dad cut the paper route out. Dad said no more paper route. Dad said they couldn't even ride their bikes to school no more. They were not allowed to ride their bikes at all because when they went to school, it would still be dark outside, but it was okay because other kids would be at the bus stop, so it could be like 1,000, kids at the bus stop, and you could be out there at nighttime. But they dads didn't even feel comfortable with them being out there with 1,000 kids and going to school, So no, they were not allowed to do their paper route no more. There was no more standing waiting on the bus stop in the middle of the night no more with the kids because, bus show up at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, it still be dark. They was car riding from that point on. Dad's wasn't even outside when they got dark. Sequoia said her dad started acting real creepy. He would come in the house before it got dark. He would tell his wife to come in the house before it got dark. She said her dad and her mom had this swinging porch. Like they had like this little seat on their porch, a little swinging rocking thingy that they had on their porch they used to sit on and, drink wine at night after, a long day or whatever. They would sit on that shit. Dad didn't do that no more. Dad didn't do it no more, and him and his wife always argued when she tried to do it. They wasn't doing it no more. Dad didn't even allow her outside when it started to get dark, when the sun started to go down. It wasn't even dark outside. When it started to go dark, dad was like, bring that ass in the house. And he don't know what the fuck it was. She said her dad tried to figure that shit out for years. Everybody that he told thought he was crazy. Eventually, Kim, dad started to say, well, maybe, maybe. So eventually, Kim, dad started recanting what he saw and what happened, which was just leaving Sequoia dad to deal with that shit by himself. And he tried to figure out what the fuck for a long fucking time. She said for years he tried to figure out, could it have been somebody dead over there or a spirit or something, He could never figure out what it was. And her dad is a lonely man because everybody called him like the town Looney Tune. He's like, that's how everybody, man, crazy. That's how everybody look at him. So he couldn't prove it. His homeboy who went with him denied it later on down the line, denied that it even happened. And he was left trying to do all this research, and yes, it was, yes. Actually, if you go in the back of Sequoia's house, the street on the back of her house lead to Lake Lanier. So if you walk behind Sequoia's house and you cross the street and you go behind that house, you're basically at the fucking lake. So they're like a street away from the fucking lake. And, that's how Sequoia later on down the line found out about Lake Lanier, because her dad was doing so much research trying to figure out what the fuck was going on that he ended up coming across the story of Lake Lanier and what really happened, and, how those people was killed. And eventually he just felt like it was somebody from the lake. It was somebody from the lake. And that's what he always told Sequoia. He always told Sequoia, the people from the lake felt wronged, and they gonna make sure we feel wronged. So he don't have no friends. Besides the people that, in the family, but he pretty much, and he still stay in that same house, y'all. Believe it or not, he still stay in that same house. Sequoia don't live there no more, but he still stay in that same house. He still lives there because he wants to get to the bottom of that shit. He want to know. And Sequoia said it got to a point when she was like 16, 17 years old, it got to a point where he would go out at night just to be in that area to see if he can catch a glimpse, take a picture, because people wouldn't believe him. So he would try to be out at night, and he'll camp out at night, and trying to catch pictures of this shit. And she said he never could, get pictures of it again or see it again or anything like that. So she was like, it got to a point where he stopped taking care of himself because he was so wrapped up in that shit. She had to put him in a home. And he still talk about it to this day. She said he got Alzheimer's, and he can barely remember his grandkids' names, but he can remember that story. He can remember, what happened. He can remember what that shit looked like and all of that. She said he can't remember her name half the time. He can't remember her kid's name half the time. But if anybody bring up the word Lake Lanier, he remembered that shit like it was yesterday. Everything that happened. And he could tell you the same story that he told everybody else in the 60s. Same fucking story. He could tell it. Word for word. He can remember that shit like it's a story in his, like it's a movie in his head. But he can't remember his grandkid's name because he got Alzheimer's. So yeah. He spent a lot of time trying to figure out, what was going on. And back in the day, they didn't have the fucking internet. We got it good. We could just ask our fucking phone a question and the answer pops right up. You know what I'm saying? He had to dig. This some Perry Mason type digging. You know what I'm saying? He had to investigate. He had to dig in this shit. So it wasn't like the information was readily at hand for him. He had to find that shit. And when he found it, he told everybody about that shit that'll listen to him. But, everybody thought he was Fruit Loops. Except for Sequoia and the people that, his family. Everybody else felt like he was Fruit Loops. Yeah. Encyclopedias. Yeah. And, it was a lot of reading back in the day. Them got encyclopedias was big, thicker than a fucking phone book. Like, before they started separating phone books. Because phone books used to be one thick-ass book. Everybody, private, public, everything, business, all that shit was in one phone book. And then they started separating them. And you had the residential and you had the business. This encyclopedias was that fucking thick. It was a bunch of reading. I'm talking about piss this generation off if you ever had to do homework and it included fucking encyclopedia. Yeah, boy, what? I was mad as hell when I had to do homework and that bullshit. So, yeah. So he had to do a whole lot of research just to get the information that he did get, because it wasn't readily at hand. And back then, that shit was like just really happening with covering up Lake Lanier and shit like that. So that information definitely wasn't just ready for you to look at, especially with the way the government did that shit. It was not just accessible like that, because shit was being covered up and, hidden, and you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just accessible like that. He had to find that shit. He had to hunt that shit down. He had to talk to people. He had to get, and he was headstrong on getting that shit. That man died with no friends, pretty much. And his daughter believed in everything. And when I did talk to her, she was just like, I'm so happy, that everybody know the truth, because that's all my dad wanted. All my dad wanted was for everybody to know what really happened at Lake Lanier, and, all the shit that went down, and nobody would believe him. And she like, it just touches my heart to see this generation actually wanting to do the research and find out about it like my dad was doing back in the day, and nobody believed him. So she was actually like in tears when, you know what I'm saying, when she talked to me. She was like, it's just, I'm pretty sure he's so happy to hear, everybody is knowing what he already knew, and what everybody was calling him crazy for. So yeah, so she felt like her dad was validated because the truth came out, which she felt like he had been trying to get the truth out, but nobody believed him. So came out later though. I mean, we all know the story now on how Lake Lanier became Lake Lanier. So a lot of people didn't know back in the day. A lot of people didn't know what happened back in the day, or pretended to not know what happened back in the day. But he was determined to find out the truth, and why this creepy ass thing was chasing him and his damn child around the streets in the middle of the night. And he went searching. So, because, I mean, back in the day, people, I mean, you got to think about it. Okay, like, look, now it's easy for people to accept there's spirits, there's ghosts, there's otherworldly things. It's easy for people to accept that shit now, but in the 50s or 60s, people didn't believe that shit. You were considered crazy as fuck. And then, yeah, thank you. You was considered crazy as hell if you did, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to think, right, them jackets that make you hug yourself. And then you got to think about, how hard people were working to keep that shit under wraps with what was going on out there. And we ain't going to talk about how all you had to do was be born deaf or with Down syndrome or just any abnormality to end up in a fucking institution and hidden for the rest of your damn life, because that's what they did back in the day. If your child was born with a fucking disability, people were shamed, people were embarrassed by that, and they would throw their kids off into these goddamn facilities and hide them. So imagine what would have happened to this man had his ass came out and said he had proof, or he found this, that, and the third. Honey, please. I look at it like this. It's a good thing nobody did believe her, because had somebody did believe her, the man would have had a long life. Because please believe somebody was going to shut that ass up. The man would have had a long life. So it's actually good that did nobody believe him, and because he was able to live his life. But, when you start coming up with government secrets and shit like that, oh yeah, bro, you don't make it to too many more Thanksgivings. You don't make it to too many more birthdays. So yeah, it's a good thing they didn't believe him. That's how I look at it. Because back in the day, yeah, shit was ran totally different than what it is now. So he would have came out and said, yes, it's ghosting because, the government did this, and now there are ghosts down there that are hunting people. 1 out of 12, send the fucking loony truck around here with that white jacket on to make him hug himself. Thank you. Real quick. So, yeah. Let me see, what was the question? Let's see. I wonder if the people that see things are tied to the lake through a family line. You're right. That is a good question. They may be. It may be they relatives reaching out, trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. All the folks that down there felt like they was wronged. And they don't know that the truth done came out. They don't know that, people know what actually happened. They don't know none of that. So they out here trying to still get the word out when we already know. So my thing is, I'm just praying I don't have a damn relative down there or a bloodline going that way, because you ain't got to get your ass out the lake to come let me know you was wronged. I already know. Like, who the fuck do I send the email to in Oscarville that I already got the information and they ain't got to show up and tell me shit? Like, what's the email address? What's the phone number to the local Oscarville police station down there so I can let them motherfuckers know? Don't come to me. I already know the truth. Like, what do I do? Who do I call? Because if that's the case, if they tracing their bloodlines and they trying to talk to people in their bloodline, I was born and raised in Atlanta, man. Like, send me a memo. Send me an email. Yeah, like we got that shit now. Send me an email. Text me. Y'all don't need your ass pulled up at my house to tell me shit. Text me. Hell, smoke signal that shit. I don't care. Just don't come here to tell me a damn thing. So, yeah, we don't want them problems. We don't want them problems at all. I ain't trying to get them. So, I feel like if they want me to know they ass down there, they better send me an email. They better write a letter or something because I ain't doing it. Right, leave me be. Let me alone. I don't want to have to deal with it because that just may be the situation. And you know what? I never thought of that shit until just now, until you said that. Like, that just may be the fucking situation. The situation may very well be these folks are coming after them because it's their fucking bloodline. That's crazy. Right, I don't need all that shit in I don't need all that in my life at all. I don't need none of that in my life at all. Like, so I don't know if, it just kept bothering him or he just couldn't let it go, but he made a life of trying to get the answers, y'all. And you know what? It may just be a portal. It may just be a portal. And that's probably, you never know. You never know. A lot of shit is hidden up under that water. You never know. Because I know my ass was in that water. And the shit that happened to me in that water. Oh, boy, I was through dealing, boy. Stick a fork in my ass, I was done. No, the way that shit pulls you in that water, that shit is for real. That is no joke. That is not no, somebody made that shit up. No. I'm living witness of that shit. No. Don't nobody make that shit up. Your ass is pulled when you're in that water. They do not bullshit. That ass is pulled. And people be like, oh, maybe it was a tidal wave or a riptide. No. Riptide don't have fucking fingers, people. I'm sorry, I ain't the smartest motherfucker in the world. I'm not a rocket scientist, but the last time I checked, waves and shit didn't have fingers. So, it wasn't no goddamn riptide and all that shit, man. But when that shit grabbed me, when that shit touched my daddy, what? Talking about leaving children? Shit. What? My daddy didn't give a shit, boy. If not giving a shit about your child was a person, my daddy was it. That motherfucker launched me so far off in the damn air to get out that water. He ain't give a shit. He didn't care at all. Like, he didn't give a shit. Like, hey, sir, you claim me on your taxes, remember? The fuck? He didn't care. And then cuss the pastor out. He didn't give a shit. Right there in front of all them damn church people. Wow, daddy, really? Didn't give a shit. That water is for real. Lake Lanier is no bullshit. When my daddy threw my ass out there, when he threw his ass, when he launched me, I knew then. This, he'll love me. Because I tried to tell him, y'all. I said, Daddy, it's something in this fucking water. And that man told me, stop being a punk ass bitch. We gonna go in this water. We gonna face our fears. And I was like, no, Daddy, there's some shit in this water. And he picked my ass up and he put me on his hip. And he said, no, we gonna face this shit. And I was like, no. We need to face the other way and get our ass out this water, but he didn't want to fucking listen. And Daddy started walking deeper off into that water till that water was right there by his fucking waist. Now my legs is in the water because I'm on his hip, and that shit grabbed and rubbed across my dad. And my dad asked me, did I feel that? Did you feel that? Nah, I ain't feel that. That shit didn't graze my leg. You know, I ain't feel that. What the fuck? What the fuck was this? Through my ass. That was it. That was all I remember my dad saying. What the? And my ass was gone. I was gone. I was in the wind. Through my ass. And when I hit the water and came up, my daddy was damn near on the sand. That's how fast he got out the fucking water. He was damn near on the sand by the time I hit the damn water from being thrown. So, then he jumped out the motherfucking water and told the pastor he on some bullshit. And don't you ever put me in that motherfucking water. Until I went off, y'all. I was like, damn, daddy going to hell.
And I told my brother, I said, Daddy going to hell. Daddy cussing. He cussing at the pastor. Daddy going to hell. Boy, stop. Boy, I had no idea that was just the first curse out that he was going to receive from one of my family members. I had no idea. I thought my family was saved and sanctified. Shit. Not my family. I thought they were saved and sanctified. Grandma always talking about pray over your food and pray for everything. Yeah, I thought my family was saved and sanctified. I'm like, boy, if the world end today, me and my family going to heaven, because, boy, we are saved and sanctified. Shit, I found out the hard way. My family ain't saved and sanctified. My grandma beat the pastor ass and cussed him out, and then my daddy cussed him out. I was like, yeah, we all going to hell. That's a bloodline. We all going to hell because of what y'all doing right now. Right now, because of what y'all doing, we all going to hell. Told my dad we all going to hell. I said, man, y'all done cuss the past out. I said, we all going to hell, man. Like, grandma done did it. You done did it. We all going to hell, man. I was done, man. I was so done. I was like, man, I was so done, man. And then when he tried to sacrifice all our asses in that motherfucking water, man. And my boy, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all the funniest shit. When this man tried to sacrifice all us, y'all, mind you, when we came out there, he brought all the women of the church. He brought like the older women, you know, like the motherboard, you know what I'm saying? You go to church, you know the motherboard. That be them old bitches that sit up there and talk about everybody. Yeah, them. So he brought all them in the van with him. And everybody else brought they self. You know what I'm saying? We get out there, he tried to sacrifice everybody, kids out here crying and all that crazy shit. Boy, we finna go, it's time to go. Boy, I've never seen, y'all, I promise y'all, I've never seen old women run so fast in my fucking life. Y'all, Miss Johnson was on a walker. Miss Johnson was running and dragging the walker behind her. Boy, them motherfuckers were running out to everybody call. I'm talking about jumping on the hoods of folks shit. Let me ride with y'all, I ain't ride with him. Boy, what the fuck? Boy, I ain't never seen so many orthopedic shoes and fucking white skirts move so goddamn fast. Y'all, I helped Miss Johnson out the church van. Miss Johnson said her knee was hurt. I helped her out the church van. Miss Johnson ran. I saw Miss Johnson run. Y'all don't even understand. Miss Johnson ran, y'all. I seen Miss Johnson. She was a track star, y'all. I helped this old lady out the van that day. She was like, oh, baby, my knee hurting so bad. Oh, Miss Johnson, I'm sorry. I helped Miss Johnson out, boy, when it was time to go. And that motherfucker opened up the church van, talking about, y'all, come on. Boy, I seen Miss Johnson do like a Bill 50 coming across goddamn Lake Ladell parking lot. I'm talking about running, chasing cars, jumping on the hoods of folks shit. Boom, I need to ride with y'all. I'm talking about opening up folks' door, push over, lap the fuck up. I need to get up. Y'all slide over, let Miss Meredith in the car. What? Miss Meredith, why you ain't riding with the pastor? That motherfucker just tried to kill all y'all. It'll be just our luck. We get in that goddamn van, go across that bridge. He jump his ass out, throw all us in the goddamn lake. We all dead. He ain't finna kill us. Them motherfuckers were hawking them cars down, y'all. Y'all ain't never seen old women move this fast, y'all. I promise you that was the funniest shit in my life. I've never seen. Imagine Jackie Joyner cursing 97 years old in some orthopedic fucking shoes. But I'm talking about these women were body slamming themselves on people's cars and shit. Boom, slide over. We not riding with him. But I'm talking about, and then after he pulled that fucking move, y'all, he lost everybody in the church. He lost everybody in the fucking church. And it wasn't even like the young kids to be like, oh, you know, we don't need to go to this church no more. Oh, no. It was the fucking motherboard. The motherboard took everybody out of his goddamn church, y'all. I'm talking about the motherfucker that hold the door open, the motherfucker that put their arms around you when you shout, the fan people, the ushers, the motherfucker that play the drums, the bitch that play the keyboard, the choir, the tambourine man, the choir director, the deacons. I'm talking about took everybody out the fucking church. One phone call. That shit was like telephone. One phone call. Girl, you seen what happened to that? Girl, he tried to kill all them babies. You going back? Honey, we ain't going up there. We going up the true light. But I'm talking about one phone call passed around the whole goddamn church. Them old women took everybody out his fucking church. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about the bitches that fan you when you pass out. The motherfucker that pass out the program when you come in. Everybody. The hand fan bitches. Everybody. Took everybody out that bitch. Didn't even care.
They didn't even care. Left that motherfucker sitting in that goddamn church by himself. And then when he told my grandma, he used the $200 my cousin was supposed to get for taking her ass out in that water and almost dying. When he told her he used her money for the goddamn church, my grandma said, what the fuck? Wait a minute. So my grandchild almost lost her life out there in that fucking water. You told them they were going to win $200 if they got their ass out there in that water. You going to tell me where the money at again? This motherfucker looked my grandma straight off in the face and he said, the Lord told me to put that money towards the building fund. Who told him that shit? Who told him that shit? The Lord told me to put that money towards the building fund. Y'all, the church didn't have a brand new light bulb, doorknob, none of that shit. We were still using fucking folding chairs. And we ain't had no pew. We ain't had shit. Where the fuck is the building fund? Where is it, sir? Because we ain't got a brand new shit. The tambourine is missing symbols out of that motherfucker. Like, where's the money going from the fucking building fund, sir? Because you just put my cousin $200 in that shit, then one sneeze in this goddamn church good, and we all in this motherfucker up under the roof. So, what building fund, bro? Like, the tambourine don't even make the same sound no more, y'all. Like, that shit missing symbols out of it and everything. Like, bro, you ain't even get a damn tambourine with the $200. Y'all, and when my grandma beat his ass after that, I knew then. I said, yep, they got a reserved spot right off in hell for all my bloodline for this shit. I'm like, we all going down for this one. We all going down, y'all. We all going down. Like, my whole family going down. Like, ain't even no need in us looking forward to the Lord, because my grandmama done made sure we all got us a VIP seat. Oh, yeah, my grandma beat his ass. That's what I feel like happened. Can't nobody tell me no different. My grandma beat the sleeves off his motherfucking ass. When he told my grandma he put my cousin money toward the building fund, I knew some hood shit was finna go down. We was in church, y'all, when he told my grandmama that. Normally, the choir sings 2 songs. The pastor get up and he start his service. When he told grandma that he gave that money to the building fund, when grandma gave me her Bible and said, hold this, I knew that shit was finna get real ghetto. I knew it was finna get real ghetto. And she looked him in the face like some real hood shit. And she was like, let me holler at you outside. Like, yeah, just like that. Let me holler at you outside. So, oh shit, grandma an old thug. When she hit that, I knew then grandma was an old thug. I was like, oh shit, it's finna go down. He went outside. I'll be right back. Let me go talk to sister. Okay. Y'all, normally the church, the choir sings 2 songs. Pastor comes in and do his thing. We on song number 5. Pastor still ain't in the building. Next thing I know, grandma opened up the church door. She looked around and she said, let's go. We got up. We walked out the fucking church. Pastor was nowhere to be found. Pastor was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere to be fucking found. Grandma done 2-piece that ass and a biscuit, slapped sleeves off his ass and threw his ass off into the backyard some fucking where. I don't know. I just know I didn't see Pastor again until my aunt passed, and he was on there. That when he was trying to, you know. That's when he, you know. That's when he, you know, wanted to come there. I don't know who the fuck invited him to my auntie's funeral to do the eulogy. I don't know who invited him to do that, but that was the next time I seen him. And then even then when I got in there and I'm all upset and I'm in tears and they call him up, I'm like, the fuck? I look up and see it's him. Oh, no. He's talking about, let us pray. No. Oh, no, who the fuck you pray to? You know how you do in church when you need to excuse yourself. You throw that one little finger up and you get the fuck up out of there. That's exactly what I did. I threw that one little fucking finger up. Hold on, bro. Pause. Right now. Don't you start praying. I don't want you to preach yet. Let me get my ass on the other side of them doors. You want to get up in here with all this hashalamama bullshit? Look, bro, you cannot. No. I don't deal with all that. I'm speaking in tongue shit. I don't believe all that. If you can't translate tongue, don't speak that shit around me. Can't anybody in this live translate tongue? When your pastor in church and these people in church and they catch the Holy Ghost and they get the who fucking translate it? Please tell me. Please tell me, is there a TV in the back of your church with a little bouncing ball over that shit to tell you what they said? No. No. So he could have been in that motherfucking church telling Satan all these motherfucking souls belong to you. With the bullshit he was saying, freeze, time out, flag on the motherfucking play, hold your thought, bro. I had to get my ass out the motherfucking church. I had to go. I got my ass right on up out that church real quick. I ain't have time for that, man. Jumped my ass in my car and I hit 285 like it was going out of style. I ain't give a fuck. Still, no. So I knew then, after all that shit was going down like that, I knew then it was a special place in hell for us. I was like, yep, we are definitely going. It don't even matter how many times I repent for the bullshit y'all done did. We are going. So, yeah. Lake Lanier ain't no hoe. I don't play with Lake Lanier. Ever since that shit happened to me, I've been done. When that shit tried to kill me, I ain't do nothing to that lake. I just went out there. That shit tried to kill me, I was done. You can have it. You won. You win. I'll never come back again. You win, and I've never been back. Hubby trying to go. I won't be going. I told him if he go, I'm going to make 2 phone calls. I'm going to call the insurance man, and I'm going to call the airplane company, find me a good flight going to Aruba on his dime while his ass is becoming a permanent resident of Oscarville. I'm going to do the change of address for his ass. He's going to have all that set up by the time he get down there. Yes, my daddy threw me. My daddy threw me out of his arms into the fucking water so he can get out the water faster because apparently I was holding him down. So he want to go because my husband is from Albany, so he like fishing. And when he seen them big ass catfish, he like, oh yeah, those are. I want to catch one of them. No, you gonna my husband ain't nothing but like a $1.05 soaking wet. No, a fucking catfish gonna catch your ass. You get out there in that water one time. All you gotta do is throw that reel out there. When they snatch, his ass is gone. All I'm gonna do is say, excuse me, can you get the lifeguards over here? My husband was just pulled in. He had the car keys with him. Can you please get in there and get my goddamn car keys so I can get the fuck on? Because I'm not jumping in to save nobody. That's not my job. That's not my job to jump in and save nobody. No, because he thin as shit. And I can just picture it, y'all. I can just picture a big-ass catfish standing down in Oscarville holding his little goddamn wire rope, my husband on the other end of that shit. Look what I caught. Because I won't be doing it. Nope. Love Unc to death. But the first time he had like he want to get his ass in lately, now I'm gonna be on the phone just like this. Hey, Miss Keisha, how you doing? Yeah. So y'all said if anything ever happened to my husband, and y'all meant anything ever happened to my husband, I can get paid, right? His insurance policy pays off, right? It does. Oh, is he hurt? Oh, is he about to die? Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, it look like he's about to die right now. So I'm just wondering, how fast can y'all cut that check? Because that's how I'm going to be doing it. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Cut the check. Excuse me. Can you get one of them lifeguards over here to jump their ass in the water and get my keys out his pocket? Oh, yeah, and he got the rent money on that card that's in his wallet. Can you grab all that and bring it on out with me? Thank you. And I'm going to be done with that shit. I'm going to go to the post office. I'm going to get a change of address card. I'm going to put his name on that shit. I'm going to say Oscarville. And I'm going to throw that motherfucker in there. I'm going to be done. I'm going to let that be the reason. See, I couldn't understand when I was little when my dad threw my ass in that water. I was like, damn, where's the love? I can understand that when I'm older. I took vows before God. I love my husband through sickness and health, and till death do us part. He jumped his ass in Lake Lanier. I kept up my part of the bargain. Pay me my money so I can go. It's all love. Please believe it's all love. So, yeah, exactly. They're going to catch his ass. I told you, he going to be right on down now. They're going to be taking pictures of the goddamn catfish that caught him. They're going to be holding his ass up on the screen. Look what I caught today. A stupid human who thought they were going to be able to pull your big ass out there water. Them goddamn catfish like thousands of pounds. My husband ain't up like 110 pounds soaking wet on a good day. So his ass is good as gone. He is good as gone. And I'm going to watch it happen because I'm not jumping in there trying. I tried that shit one time. I saved one motherfucker one time. And the rest of my family, I say that I was done playing goddamn hero. I'm through. I'm all about self-preservation now. There you go, Shay. You know my thing, self-preservation. Self-preservation. I love him. But if he jump his ass in that water, death has done his part. I've done my part. I kept up my part of the bargain. I didn't break no laws with the Lord. I should be able to be free. That's just how I look at it. He said I'm wrong for thinking like that. I say you take your ass in that water. I'm all kind of right for thinking like that. My husband can't even swim. So yeah. Yep. Be on the phone with the insurance man, and I'm gonna get my ass on a plane to Aruba. Where that clear water at, where you can see shit. That's where I'm going. I'm gonna go swim there. Not on that shit he in. Murky ass water. No. I'm done. I'm good. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's what I said too. I told him if he couldn't swim, don't go. But him. Yeah. So right. See, God take care of those who take care of themselves. He pretty much took care of himself when he decided to put his ass in that water. He took care of himself. That what was in the books for him. God put it in the books for him. Death by Lake Lanier catfish. Who am I to change that? Who am I to jump my ass in that water and save him and change what God wrote for him in that book? No. I think you're going to die exactly how God put it in the book. Lake Lanier resident snatched your ass down. That's exactly how it's going to go down. I'm not going to interfere at all. At all. Yeah, that's all. God look out for babies and fools, and you ain't no fool because you knew the truth. You knew the truth and still got your ass in the water. So, yeah, that ass is good as gone. He is good as gone, y'all. I hate to say it, love him to death, but I kept up my part of the bargain. You jump your ass in Lake Lanier and you die. Death has done its part. Has it not? Has it not? It had nothing to do with me while your ass died. Has it not? I did my part. I was a great wife up until your ass ended up getting in that water. Then, it was every man for himself. Self-preservation. No, he cannot swim. Big grown-ass man cannot swim. No. I'm not getting that water. He not getting that water unless his ass want to die. I told him, you better bring you a pocket. You better bring your pocket-sized lifeguard, some floaties, a little rubber ducky shit, a life jacket. Oh, yeah, he gonna need all that shit because I ain't coming. I can swim like a fish, but I'm not coming in there. I can't fight the shit that's in there. I tried. That shit in there too strong. I can't do it. That shit is way too strong for me. That shit was pulling me through that water so goddamn fast. It wasn't nothing. So that's how you know his ass good as gone. I don't want that experience again. Here, gone. Yeah, you might want to send that white headed to his new address. If he take his ass out there, it will. Yep, 187 Oscarville, Georgia Drive. I'm telling you, apartment 3C. So, yes, that's exactly how that shit gonna go down for him, because it's not gonna go down for me. So, yes, that will be our story time for the night, y'all. I do this shit until like 9:30, but I went to 10, fucking with y'all. Now before that, I mean, they've always done, like I said in the story time, they've always done trips to Lake Lanier for the little reunions and shit like that, but none of the kids ever went. So we never knew if he acted suspect, at Lake Lanier anytime before that, because the kids never went. We already knew what the fuck was going on with Lake Lanier. We didn't want to go. The only reason we went is because this motherfucker put $200 in the goddamn plate. That's the only reason we went every year. They went every year and no kid went. The only reason we went that year is because he put $200 in the air. That was the only fucking reason we went. Other than that, we wouldn't have went. So we never expected him to pull no bullshit like that. The kids weren't thinking no shit like that. Even when we got out there and he told us that's how we were gonna have to get the money. He didn't give a fuck that babies was willing to jump their ass in that water to try to get to that shit. We had to do that as kids. We had to go over to the side and eliminate the babies. No, you can't get in. No. He didn't give a fuck. He was gonna let them get in too. Whoever can get out there, that's all he was saying. Whoever can make it the furthest. Them babies were willing to get their ass out there for that money. We had to stop that shit. Because all of them would have been gone. We had to stop that shit. So we had to go up to the side like young adults. Because obviously the fucking adults wasn't paying no attention. That shit became a spectator sport for them. They watched us. So we had to go up to the side and let them know. You know what I'm saying? You too little. You can't get in. You can't go. And we going to do it. And when we get the money, we going to buy everybody candy. That was the only thing that made the little kids say, okay. Like, when we get the money, we win, we get the money, y'all gonna get candy too late. Like, okay. But his ass willing to send all us in there, 2-year-old, 3-year-olds, he didn't give a shit. So, he went, right, and didn't even pay up. Motherfucker talking about the building fund. Motherfucker, I'm still in here fanning with my goddamn program. We ain't gonna get no new fans in this bitch. Like, are you for real? Like, oh my goodness. Building fund. I was very pissed off. So yes, we never knew he was sus like that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't know until we went and saw that shit firsthand. And you know, a lot of them kids was traumatized after that shit. Like my cousin, well, they couldn't believe that shit. I know I couldn't believe that shit because it was like all that shit was going down. All I remember, y'all, all I really remember, real good, is the fact that every time I looked at the shore, the parents, to me, even though they probably wasn't doing that, but to me, it looked like the motherfucker was toasting to us almost dying. Like, yeah, girl, we almost done with these children. How that shit looked to me, because what about it running in and trying to help in emergency, no shit like that? Nope. They was over there toasting up to our asses going on. I was like, no. No. So, however, do that shit no more. And I still won't do that shit to this day. You never know. He could have went out there on his own one day and some shit could have happened. Just like these stories I tell y'all. He could have went out there by himself and some shit could have went down. And, you know what I'm saying? He just ain't been right since. Because I told y'all, he's a whole pastor. Normally, when you're a pastor, your family follow, right? You got the first lady, which is your wife. She always in church, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the people that's always... Never seen that man, wife, and children in church. Never. Like, the bullshit that was coming out of his mouth had to be so big of bullshit that his family didn't even want to hear that shit. So, Okay. Right. Yes, be glad you live in Florida, honey. Nowhere near this shit. Okay. So, yes, y'all, those are y'all stories for tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed y'allselves, because I enjoyed myself. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Oh, all my new members. I want to welcome all my new members into what? Oh. I want to welcome all my new members into the family. Thank you guys for coming and joining the family. Y'all have nothing but love in here from y'all family. We will be doing our movie night, so don't you worry, guys. I will set all that up. It's gonna be pretty easy. It's gonna be pretty easy. I'm gonna put the Zoom information to the community, and you guys can join that way. Aw, I so love y'all. So yeah, the Zoom, that's what I'm talking about, the Zoom. I'm gonna put the Zoom invite into the community tab so everybody can see it, because I don't, I'm putting in the community tab so everybody can see it and everybody will be able to join. I'm gonna let y'all know I only give a 5 to 10 minute grace period. You got 5 to 10 minutes to get into the Zoom room, because after that 10, the door will be locked and we will be on our scary ass mission. So 8 p.m. Standard Eastern Time. So, yes, now you can get their shoes. So, if anything is still open, well, I'm in Georgia, so time is different. It's like 10 o'clock here. Won't be no shoes if their ass was here. But, yes, so we are going to have a great time, you guys. I love you guys. You guys stay awesome. Stay safe. Sweet dreams. And if you have any nightmares, and I mean any nightmares, it wasn't my fault. Blame it on your therapist. I love you guys. You guys have a good night. Peace. From my family to yours. This ass, babe. Babe said, go dogs. Good night, y'all. So still until my go dog.